Beaver County, Utah, the sheriff's deputies are about to break the law and trigger a huge lawsuit.
You're not to
This is
be
not
down
a good
here.
look.
You're not to be
This
spreading.
is not a good look.
You're not supposed to be down here.
But the activists down here are standing on a public sidewalk, led by Curtis Vollmer. They are with the animal rights group Direct Action Everywhere, whose motto is "Until every animal is free." Vollmer and a colleague are passing out flyers near a Smithfield, Utah community celebration.
This is public property.
You're not to be down here doing this. Do you realize that your company caused a problem in our community?
Do you have anything relevant to say to me?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I've asked you to stop.
The problem the sheriff's deputy is referring to is some bad press for a local employer, Smithfield Foods. A few years ago, activists filmed conditions in a Smithfield food facility and rescued 2 dying piglets. The activists were charged with trespassing, but the company's reputation got hammered, and the company has since faced financial problems.
There's a lot of people that have lost their jobs, and you come into this community and pour salt into the wounds of the people that have lost their jobs.
It's not the intent.
You need to well, I don't care what the intent is. What you're doing is causing a disturbance in the community.
But there was no disturbance until the sheriff's deputies arrived.
I'm not trying
yes,
to cause a disturbance.
well,
I'm just
you
trying to
are.
have conversations
Okay,
with people.
you are.
And if people don't want to talk with me, I say thanks
Okay.
for your time and
Okay,
on
that's
with your day.
fine. Okay, I'm going to stand right here and I'm going to tell people not to talk to you.
Then fine, do that. This is great content for us. Absolutely ridiculous. This is
Oh, is it
this is
ridiculous?
very anti-free speech.
It's not permission to put me on your film, on your camera.
Okay, are you a public servant?
Yes, I am.
Okay, well then you can be filmed.
No, I cannot. Not a volunteer, public servant.
Okay, you got a badge on.
I'm a volunteer. Now get your camera off. You need to stop.
Stop what, sir?
Okay, it's causing a problem in our community.
I'm not trying to cause any problems.
You are.
Listen, sir. When someone's asking you like this, a public servant, he's a volunteer type thing, and he's
Okay.
asking you nicely to please don't film him.
Okay.
And we're asking you to stop filming him.
Okay, I won't film him.
We're giving you a lawful
Sure.
order.
Legal experts say that's actually not a lawful order.
If you violate that lawful order, then,
Sure.
then you're causing a disorderly conduct
Okay,
issue.
we're not filming. We're not
filming.
filming him anymore. Okay, we're filming you two. It's only drawing more attention to why we're here. So I appreciate this. Thank you. Do you know about the Smithfield trial happening?
You don't have a permit to approach people about your product.
Okay, I don't need a permit to talk to people on a public sidewalk.
You're causing a problem in the community.
I'm not. I'm asking people if they want to have a conversation. If they say no, I let them go.
People
That's it.
have come to us.
Sure.
They do not want you here.
Okay. That's fine.
And I'm keeping the peace, and I'm asking you to leave.
All we're asking people.
I'm asking you to leave.
Okay. Here's an example of what I'm doing. Have you all heard about the Smithfield trial?
Okay.
Okay, they don't want to talk. Okay, that's it. I move on. If people don't want to talk, we move on.
Okay. Everybody, you don't.
Have y'all heard about the Smithfield trial? The upcoming
wanna
Smithfield
talk to
trial?
These are the people that are trying to shut down Smithfield. Okay?
It's not true.
These are the people that are trying to shut down Smithfield.
It's not true.
As the deputy tries to dissuade people from talking with Vollmer, the other officer insists this is all just about public safety.
More importantly, I'm more important for your safety.
We're not here to talk about that.
No, let me talk.
Go ahead.
I'm more worried about what people here might, how they feel towards you and your protest. I'm more or less walking.
We're not protesting.
Let me finish. Don't cut me off, please. I'm more worried about your safety and about some of these citizens being upset with you than anything.
But there was no indication Vollmer's remarks were about to spark any violence or unrest. Furthermore, it is settled case law that police cannot censor speech to prevent a breach of the peace.
When you come in on a day that people are trying to enjoy the holiday, and you stir them up, we get calls and complaints about
Having conversations, they need to look in the mirror. If people are so triggered and so upset from having a conversation, they need to look in the mirror.
You know what? You need to have a little bit more compassion,
Okay?
okay, with people.
Okay.
Okay, you don't understand. that Smithfield has shut down.
The deputies then cited Mr. Vollmer for disorderly conduct. 10 days later, on August 2nd, 2022, Mr. Vollmer and his fellow activists filed a federal lawsuit against the Beaver County deputies for civil rights violations. They also submitted a motion to prevent the sheriff from prohibiting speech on public sidewalks or parks, threatening citation or arrest, or citing or arresting the activists when they engage in the protected activity of public outreach, handing out literature and soliciting signatures. The lawsuit and the preliminary motion are still pending. In the meantime, the Beaver County Sheriff's Department is not commenting. To be clear, the tactics of some activists may seem controversial, and recently 2 members of Direct Action Everywhere interrupted a Buffalo Bills National Football League game. Wearing RightToRescue.com t-shirts, the ladies carried pink smoke flares and ran across the field before security tackled them and arrested them for trespassing. Lawyers say the trespassing charge in this incident is straightforward and that it's also pretty simple in the case against the activists who went into a Smithfield food facility in Utah a few years ago and filmed the conditions. And by the way, the trial in that Utah incident is now set for October. However, legal experts say the lawsuit that Mr. Vollmer has filed against the Beaver County Sheriff's Department is strong. Lawyers say it is clear Curtis Vollmer was peacefully exercising his First Amendment freedom of speech and that the deputies blocked his efforts, retaliated against him, and violated his civil rights. In other words, in Utah and in Buffalo, New York, while some members of the group Direct Action Everywhere may get convicted for trespassing, another member of the group who stood on a public sidewalk is looking at a financial windfall from a Utah Sheriff's Department for unlawful arrest and civil rights violations. The law is the law, and police who break the law are arguably more dangerous because these cops are supposed to know better. And unlike activists who are carrying flares and flyers and rescuing animals, the police are carrying firearms. I'm David Schuster. Thanks for joining us.